Okay.
So I know you're wondering, why the hell is Star Wars 1313 trending? Why is it in the news? What's up with Boba Fett? Am I a real Star Wars fan? The answer to all those things, some of them, will hopefully come true out of this here video. So Star Wars 1313 got a bit of new insight into the development of it recently, thanks to a Twitter exchange kicked off by Cory Barlog, the director of God of War 2018, among a host of other things, but he's also a Star Wars fan. So, Cory, a couple nights ago, tweeted out, I assume he watched the recent episode of The Mandalorian, or he was catching up. It was a Boba Fett heavy episode. It was a Mandalorian lore, Mandalore heavy episode. I'm sorry. But basically he tweeted, if someone's not working on a great single player Mandalorian game where you play a bounty hunter flying your ship from system to system, picking up bounties, upgrading your Beskar armor, and getting into adventures, then I really don't know what the hell we're doing here. Kumi Nakamura, a wonderful person in the games industry, responded, said, I think you should make it, and I would love to be on your team if you did. And then Cory responded, this is the way, you know, as you do. The reason that 1313 is being tossed around again is because Celia Hodent, who worked on the game back at LucasArts, quote tweeted Cory's original tweet with a screenshot of Star Wars 1313, Boba Fett in his transitional armor. You know, it still has the blue from Django, but it's building towards the Boba we know. She showed that and said, we tried. If you're not familiar, Star Wars 1313 was a massive hyped up game that was revealed at E3 a couple of years, I think, before the Disney acquisition of Star Wars. And essentially, it was a Star Wars game set on Coruscant on the level 1313, a wretched hive of scum and villainy, you know, some of the worst areas in Coruscant. It was an Uncharted game. It was an Uncharted game in the Star Wars universe. Recently-ish, it was never confirmed, but it turned out to be a Boba Fett game all along. I'm not the biggest Boba Fett fan because Clone Wars, I don't think he does anything worthwhile. The originals, he's a glorified delivery driver, like he's doing Uber Eats for Vader the entire time. Because of The Mandalorian, because of the recent episodes with Tamara Morrison playing a kick-ass Boba Fett, he's gaining some respect from me. Man, while I can't say like 1313 based on what they showed originally was going to be the end-all be-all, the way they're talking about it, obviously, in hindsight, you have like almost a decade of separation from when these developers were working on the game versus like now. They're making it sound really cool. Because listen, I'd be shocked if we don't get, in the next 5 years, a bounty hunter game, right? Whether that be a Boba Fett game, a retooling of this game, a retooling of Amy Hennig's canceled Project Ragtag. I think it makes too much sense. Star Wars Bounty Hunter is a fantastic memory I have, because I grew up playing that game, and that was why I preferred Jango Fett over Boba Fett. But I replayed it this year on PS4 for Star Wars Day. I did a little stream of it, and let's just say I could use a new one. I could use a new attempt at a bounty hunter game. We have seen in a lot of instances where fan campaigns have brought things back. Most recently, the Scott Pilgrim game is coming back. You can buy it again in January. That was dead and buried forever. I don't think 1313 gets revived. I think the idea of it can get revived because after the acquisition of Lucasfilm and LucasArts, and a lot of those games, like the Darth Maul game, got canceled, Kathleen Kennedy did say about 1313 and Star Wars Underworld, the TV show, they were looking over a lot of ideas, design docs of projects that were ongoing that got shelved, and were considering how to retool them. What I do want to say is because of the hype of The Mandalorian, because of the work Filoni and Favreau have done to really make the Mandalore story of Clone Wars, of Rebels, Bo-Katan, everything like that, and The Mandalorian much more centralized in the Star Wars fandom and mainstreamify it, I really would be shocked if this wasn't a project, or a project like this wasn't coming anytime soon. It's awesome that people are talking about it again. I think with the hindsight of where the character of Boba Fett and the Mandalorians as a concept in Star Wars have come, looking back on this project is really cool. It's exciting. And while EA does have Star Wars on lock, they only kind of do, because the Traveler's Tales games aren't EA, and we've gotten Lego Star Wars The Force Awakens. We're about to get the Skywalker Saga. I think those are published by WB, so the Star Wars license, we can make some moves, it seems like. Man, if we could just revive 1313, if we could repurpose that. But clearly, many people love Star Wars, many people want to see the Mandalorians get even more attention. I'd love to see Boba Fett fleshed out more. If we can see, like, actually the reason why he's supposed to be a badass, like we did with Tamora recently, sign me up for that. I'm a huge Star Wars fan, so I love Star Wars games. Any Star Wars game that exists, automatically I have an interest in it. Our Star Wars show, Jedi Knights, is rapidly approaching its 66th episode. We're gonna have a huge Order 66 blowout for that one, so if you're new to the channel, if you like Star Wars, be sure to subscribe, stick around, and let me know, what are you thinking of this? Would you love to see a Mandalorian game made by the director of God of War? Because, oh, that'd be so good. That'd be so good. And now I'm just going to be sad, because that game is only going to exist in my head as an idea. The same way that there's going to be, like, I see in my head, I see in my Force extensions that there's a Bad Batch video game that is essentially Republic Commando, but cooler. And it's about the Bad Batch. You can play it solo, you can play it co-op with your squad, there's a raid in there, like... I just want more Star Wars games, so that's going to do it. I'm going to sign off. Thanks for sticking around. Like I said, stick around if you're new, if you like Star Wars, and until next time, it's pizza time.
Okay!